Today we're going to be having a look at these PIFCO London Lights. This set is one of two. I've got two pairs of these, exactly the same. Got these, surprisingly, I got both sets for free. I was browsing Free Cycle and I put a post on now and again saying, anybody got any unwanted Christmas lights? And somebody got in touch and said, I've got two sets of lights, they don't work, had them for years, they're yours. Came round and I was pleasantly surprised that I got these London Lights, two sets of, but also a very rare set with white cable rather than green cable. The other set I have is also white cable. I usually put these up on the picture rail in the house because the cable blends in quite nicely. These are not too dissimilar to Cinderella lights, where they have 10 mini lanterns and then 10 character shades. In this case, you've got the London lanterns, and on the Cinderella lights you have the Cinderella carriages. They have two different types of bulb holder. The mini lanterns have their own, which is the flat cylindrical with a little bit of a conical lip on them. And they've got short bases, bayonet fit. These shades do come apart, we'll go through that later. And then the London Lights have the dome bases, and they've got a slightly longer bulb holder. I think it's to make the bulb sit deeper inside the shade, whereas if you get the small mini lantern and put it on, the bulb comes out a lot further, whereas when you put it on its correct bulb holder, it doesn't. It's almost flush. That can be an issue, not so much with these lights, but it can be an issue with Cinderella lights, because if you have the carriages on the wrong bulb holders and the bulbs are slightly too long, then it doesn't actually fit in the shade. It actually touches the bottom of the shade. We'll go through that when we get to Cinderella light eventually. This particular set, as you can see, has a little bit of extra wiring on it. It also had the dirtiest, worst plug in the world, but it worked. They actually cut a notch in it and had another set coming out of it, and it was just cut off bare wires. That's been removed. Now, the issue with these, I mean, what people do with their lights is up to them, but the straight bit of cable after the last light between the plug and the first bulb, that piece of cable had been cut short a lot, so I had to extend it, and I was using these junction boxes at the time. I know they're a bit unsightly, but it was just a safer way of doing it. I know I've had some flack for the way I do things on this channel, the way I mess with the lights, but it's I'm not an expert, and I'm not here to show you how to repair your own lights. Always get a professional to check. So it's got a chock block inside, it's all fully secured, it's got cable grips either side. You can just about make out the screws for the cable grips, so both cables are gripped either side, and then it's got a nice bit of extra cable on it. This is a bit of a thicker, more modern cable. Rather than white, it's clear, but it's a good match. So I've got them all working. Let's have a look at the shades then. So, unlike on some later mini lanterns where you had gold and black lanterns, these ones are all one colour. They're more of a silver than gold. They do have a slight tinge of gold to them. This one's a little bit broken. I'm pretty sure these are the exact same shades that are on Cinderella lights. Bayonet fit, 3 air holes, and see like that. I know on some later design of These lanterns made by other people, the hole in the bottom is a lot bigger and there's a less of a profound edge, but it does look like a lantern. It looks like it should have a little handle on it. Pretty classy. These were very mass produced as well. A lot of people made them. You can just see those little knobbles there, these little greeblies. They're what hold the shade in place, and you can see if you turn it, there's a little notch that it lines up to, so you can start taking it off. See, it's got these 3 notches which line up to greeblies. If you don't line them up and pull it, you're just going to snap it off. You're just going to snap the greeblies. But that's how the little top hat sits on. And then there's an insert, a red plastic insert. This one is very, very thin. This looks like it suffered from some heat damage. Again, these lights didn't work when I got them, and they needed a lot of messing about with to get going again. And I think there were a lot of blown bulbs and bulbs that went out. That doesn't come out. It looks like it suffered some heat damage and warped. So we'll try and get that out on another one so we can have a closer look. So we've lined up our notches. It's back in place and twist. And that's all secure again. So that one's got a bit of a rattle to it, so that's probably a good one to take apart. So line up our notches. Oh, it comes off. There you go, comes off straight away. And the insert in 2 parts. There's no lining up marks. Got these bubbles on the inside that help refract the light outwards. These lights and Cinderella lights would look really classy if they were clear shaded. I mean, you could always take the coloured inserts out, I suppose, but you kind of lose some of the effect and some of the diffusion of the bulbs, or the diffusion that the shades have on the bulbs. So that's back on. Let's have a look at one of the lanterns. Oh, we'll go through the colours first. So we've got purple rather than pink. What colour bulbs have we got in here? We've got pink bulbs inside them. We've got blue. We've got red. And we've got orange. And green. Pretty sure these came with clear bulbs originally. Somebody wants to drop a comment in the bottom. Again, I lose track of what the lights came with, but we'll have a look at the pictures on the archive and see what they show up with the London lights. A few little different variations of London lights that PIFCO produced. We can have a closer look at the bulbs. And yeah, there you go, they're the bulbs that they came with, at least according to these sets in their boxes. These sets, like Cinderella lights, hold their money really well on eBay. Cinderella lights are still the top ones. These and golden lanterns and some of the other rarer sets like pageant lights, they hold their money. These will get you £50 all day without breaking a sweat. I've seen these sell for over £100 before now. And as with Cinderella lights, all you're paying for is these 10 shades, these 10 big shades. We'll have a look at this blue one because it looks like it's coming apart already. Oh, that's a tight fit. So, classic lantern. I'm assuming it's called a London lantern because this was a design in London, I'm guessing, but who knows. So you've got a nice big air hole in the bottom. You've got multiple air holes in the top. Those ones aren't doing much good. They've still got plastic on the top of them, but 1, 2, 3, 4. Another 4, another 4. So there's 4 air holes on each of these triangular panels. Let's take this apart for science. So, here we go. That comes off. Plain plastic on the inside. Looks like it's almost a creamy coloured beige plastic. And then it's been plated or painted in the silver gold. Got these locating posts on each corner that correspond to these corners here. Is that free? So the air holes are not actually holes, they're more like notches all the way around, which is interesting. So you're going to come out. There we go. We've got locating knobbles. 1, 2. So we've got 2 locating knobbles, so they come out. That's a similar how Cinderella lantern inserts sit. Like the mini lanterns, this is in 2 halves. The construction is very similar to Cinderella lanterns. They have locating posts. That one's snapped off, but it's not a problem because it sits together in the inside. So it's got a diamond plate pattern on the inside, completely smooth on the outside. That'll give you a lot of good refraction. Quite substantial plastic, but I say this would be quite brittle. As you saw, one of the posts has snapped off. This plastic is, as you can see, more flexible. This is brittle. If you stand on this will probably have a little bit of give on it, but this will just shatter. So that goes back in there. That's in there. And we'll put the top on. So there you go, that's how the shades come apart. No rattle, quite solid. Screw-in bulbs. And there you go. And the ribbed dome bases, not match, but it's got a similar design to the top of the shade as well. So let's get them turned on. Hopefully they work. There we go. Straight away. You need to be careful with them because the starlights. Oh, an update on the starlights. They still don't work. I need to get into them. If you want to see a video on me trying to fix the starlights, let me know and I will do. I can't put both sets of shades in the picture because they're just too big and chunky. So there's your big main lanterns. This is purple with a pink bulb. This is red. Not much to distinction. I think having pink would be a better option, but I do like a purple shade. There's your blue, green. Look at that refraction from that diamond plate on the inside. Got our mini lanterns. Again, these I've always liked these. I actually do like these on the clear on the white cable. I've been after a set. We got oh, hello, McFly. Anybody home? So we've got a loose cable there. There you go. Manual flasher bulb activated. Curse of the starlights strikes back. No. Well, where's the logic in that? You screw the bulb in and the bulb goes out, you unscrew it and it comes back and it comes on again. So this is definitely a pre-cable grip bulb. Yeah, they're safe. I approve. So we don't have a cable grip in the bottom. So the little insert is free to move about. As you can see, without a bulb in, it's making a circuit. So let's see if we can get this straight and put our bulb back in. There we go, that's fixed. That's probably the best example and demonstration of why the cable grips are important. Not only does it stop the cables being pulled out, but it stops the cables from dancing about inside, causing an issue. That's probably what's happened with the starlights. As I've picked them up, one of these things has moved, and as I've gone through to try and find which bulb it was, there's probably multiple ones that have moved now. So I've got to get my electrical tester on that to actually figure out which is which. Again, if you want to see me go through that set of lights and diagnose exactly where the problem is and the cause is, I'll film it for you if you want to watch it. So there we go, there's our mini lanterns, lovely colours. And we've got another leash bulb somewhere. I think it's this one. There you go, because they all started to flicker then. So there we are. London Lights, PIFCO London Lights. Let's see if we can get them all in the frame. Good enough. And I think we'll have the lights off for this one. There you go. So there. Fantastic glow on these. Not too bright, not too dark. Nice, warm, Christmassy and festive. PIFCO London Lights. Thanks for watching this one, and I'll catch you on the next one.